What is up, everybody? It's Sam, and we are back with another episode of Pessimistic at Best, the podcast. And I have a very special guest with me today. Hey, Jay.
Hello. I'm so excited to be
you?
here. I'm so good. I'm loving. This is my first time at the apartment.
I gave you a little apartment tour.
I got the tour. It's beautiful. I'm hearing that this is the first filmed podcast.
It is.
So I'm feeling really special with that.
Do we look good?
I really hope so. I've got this lovely sun literally just giving me the most perfect
shining
spotlight.
down on you.
Are
you hot?
No, I'm not feeling hot at all. Do I look hot?
No, it's just like warm.
It's
sometimes.
it feels really good.
Okay.
And I just hope that I'm looking.
Yeah.
I look like an angel.
You do.
But who's surprised?
Yeah. Per usual. No, I'm very excited to have you on the pod. I feel like it's been a long time coming.
A very long time coming. I'm very excited to be here.
And Jake has a podcast as well, so you can do it. Let's plug your stuff. We gotta do it.
Yeah. My podcast is called. I don't know why I keep looking at the computer.
I know.
I feel like we're filming. If I want to look somewhere, I should look at the camera. My podcast is called Talently Untalented. Mm-hmm. It's also making a comeback. I will not lie, I was very heavily inspired by you.
Accountability buddies.
Oh, for sure.
I can't say that, but you get the vibe. It is a mouthful.
Well, and of course, I wanted to relaunch mine 2 weeks ago, and then I wanted to do it this week, and now it's probably looking like next. We'll see.
Yeah.
But it is coming back. I have some fun things planned, so I would love, anyone's welcome to listen.
Yes. No, your podcast is amazing. It is hard to keep up with the podcast.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well, especially with the move and
that's how I felt as well.
All of that. It sounds so dumb, but it's really just it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not.
It takes so much time.
It takes a lot of work.
Every time you have 2 seconds free, you're ordering a rug or scrolling Facebook Marketplace to look at chairs. And
my life's work.
The last thing I want to do sometimes is sit down and
100%.
But it's going to happen. I need to get back in the flow because I love it and it's so fun and it's my favorite thing ever.
It is so
and
fun.
I want to do it for the rest of my life. So
Same.
Got to start now.
Yeah. Love chatting.
I love chatting.
It's so good. It's like I could just do this all day.
When we do this all day, that's why I'm what are we even going to talk about today? We literally...
And it feels powerful to have a mic.
It feels so powerful to have I think I'm going to start carrying one on me all the time.
Exactly.
And just whip it out.
Yeah. People will listen.
People will listen.
Mm-hmm.
I should start being one of those people on the train that just randomly starts playing music or makes announcements.
Yes.
I'm getting there. One day at a time, I'm getting there. I'm being pushed closer and closer.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, Jake and I both just moved to Chicago.
We both made the move.
We did. From Madison.
Mm-hmm.
We're coworkers, for those of you that don't know.
Yeah.
Actually, this is my intern. This is my former intern.
Yeah, the intern that you may or may not have heard about. I think I may have gotten a couple mentions.
You did.
I'm a listener.
Mm-hmm. I'm
a fan. And I do believe I've gotten a couple mentions and I love it.
Yeah.
Because
a shout out on the pod.
A shout out on the pod is always so much fun. This pod makes me laugh so hard. Literally,
that is so
listening
nice.
to when I first started listening. Well, I went through this whole thing with it because I was is it weird if I listen to my coworker / boss's podcast? And it wasn't necessarily I wasn't even I knew it was gonna be fine to listen to, but I was just I don't know, I listen to her all day at work. Is it weird? Is it weird that I choose to then listen to you and my friend love you? But I'm is it? I felt weird.
Yeah.
Something just felt weird about it. Then I got over it because it was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. You and James together literally would cry. I would be sitting alone in my apartment, dying laughing. Because you guys have the best little banter. It's so funny. And now I'd be plugging it to everybody. I swear to God, I was just I think it was one of my friends from home. Shout out Camille. I'm pretty sure I was telling her about your podcast. I was you gotta listen to this podcast. It's so funny.
Thank you.
So I'd be plugging it. I almost put it in the Slack the other day. Somebody asked for pod recommendations.
Oh, I saw that. I think it was Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was I don't want to put her on blast like that, but I know she wouldn't mind.
No, definitely. Well, it's funny. I feel oddly, a lot of people at Evoke have a podcast, which
yeah.
I mean, we're just all those people who
right.
are so self-absorbed that we all have podcasts, which is great.
Right.
But that's how I felt about Ginny's at first, because I was I don't know if I'm allowed to listen to your podcast as someone who has to go in and be your manager. What if you want to complain about me on there?
Right. We'll give people surnames or what is that's
we'll fucking bleep it out.
Yeah. Well, I love a bleep on a podcast. Love. Because you don't know what I said. You don't know if I said a name. You don't know if I said a curse.
You can spend your whole time guessing.
Yeah, totally. I love I'm not even gonna lie. I love playing like a little guessing game on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I listen to this one podcast. It's like a morning. Somebody's blowing up my phone. They don't know that I'm literally.
You're in the middle of something.
I'm in the studio. And he was talking about how, wow, my Apple Watch is going to have to come off because I can feel the taps. And I'm just like, that also gives me so much anxiety because it's like, I know that I don't need to look at it right now. But the more the watch taps me, I'm like,
well, and something about an Apple Watch, I feel like half the time it's irrelevant. Like, I don't care when my friend finishes a workout. I don't give a fuck.
I had to delete. I'm so sorry. I deleted a couple people on my workout the other day. I had this one guy that I had talked to like years ago, and every time
you were friends on your Apple Workouts app.
Years.
That is so fucking funny.
And so finally the other day I was like, gotta go.
100%.
Gotta go. I don't care.
I don't want to know.
It's so funny because like I feel like with the Apple Watch, I also feel like I have not finished one single, not one thing that I have mentioned so far on this podcast has actually come to a full close. We're just gonna keep them on their toes.
So much time.
But some people. I was just having the Apple Watch conversation with one of my friends the other day, and it was like, a lot of people get stressed out about like the Apple Watch rings, right? Like the activity, you got to stand up, you do whatever. I could give a shit less about that. But the notifications, like right now, I'm like, I gotta look at this text. Like,
I know.
My rings could be wide open. I do not care. But if I'm getting taps and I can't look at it, my heart is racing. I start to sweat. I'm like, who's trying to reach? Like, or I'll get like the phantom taps. Like, I have really pretty watches that I want. I have really like fun watches that I want to wear out.
Yeah.
That are like dressy, dress up watches, whatever. Like watches that mean a lot to me, and I don't wear them, and then when I do, I'm like constantly looking at it like I got a text.
100%.
It's like a phantom tap. I'm like, oh no.
I know.
And then I can't read it. I
want to wear nice watches. I actually was anti-Apple Watch because I think they're ugly as fuck.
Well, yeah.
They're literally ugly as sin. It ruins every outfit.
Well, and then I got suckered into buying the one that is like shiny so that it looks more like a real watch, which still it's this giant like dark face on my wrist, and I don't mind like the finish. Yeah, it's cute, but it's also like I got suckered in. I gotta spend double what I would have spent if I just bought the regular one.
Well, and I like want a different band or something, something cute.
Yeah.
But I haven't pulled the plug.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hang out with me a little bit more, and
that'll
I'm bad when it comes to shot. Like, do it.
Yeah. Get the accessory.
Do
it.
Treat yourself. It's bad.
It is. Okay, but I feel like I'm trying to circle back to any of the points that we've started to make. I'm thinking your podcast.
Yeah. Yes, my podcast. Tune in, listen in. I do think that the first one back will be with you, which is going to be really fun.
It would be an honor.
I've got some fun little guests that I want to try and bring on. Might send a couple DMs.
Well, and I personally think you're hilarious.
Stop.
Which I feel like I've told you every day since we became friends.
No, like the way that I fully am, the personality higher in so many, and I use that term generally, like in a lot of ways. I think I'm that.
I don't think that's a bad way to go.
No.
That's the funnest person to have around. Yeah. I
love it.
But and I'm just excited that we both moved here.
It really does. It makes me really happy. And it's weird too, because there's so many moments that happen that I don't feel like I'm in Chicago then.
Yeah.
Like,
same.
You know what I mean? I'm like, oh yeah, like so many people that I know are here, like especially coming in the office. I'm like, oh yeah,
I know.
It's me and Sam. I'm like, wait, we're like fully in.
Yeah.
It kind of still, I don't know about you, but it kind of still feels like I'm just like visiting.
Same. And
like
I feel
long-term visit.
Same. It hasn't really sunken in.
No.
Which I don't know when it's going to. I'm definitely still in the honeymoon phase as well.
Yeah.
Like I fucking love it here. Everywhere I go, I'm like, I'm having the literal best time of my life. Which is awesome. I am really glad I made the move. Do you feel that way?
100%. It feels like it's weird, but it definitely feels like homey here.
Yeah.
Like I do love it. Like we live in different neighborhoods. But I've loved the move here. It feels right. But I've been here 2 months and I'm already starting to like pick apart everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for example, coming here today, like totally could have taken the train. It would have been so awesome. I pay for it every single month, but I Ubered. Why? You know what I mean? Like I've been here 2 months. I can't
Yeah.
already be annoyed with things.
Yeah.
I can't already be letting things get under my skin.
I know, but that is what Chicagoans do.
Yeah. But no, I do love it. It is like such a fun city. It's so like there's just you knowing that there's always something to do or like always a place to go is really kind of a fun thing.
I don't think we'll ever explore it all.
Oh, there's no way you could.
And that's like an awesome feeling because I'm not going to sit here and say that I have explored everything in Madison, but I feel like I found all the things I actually wanted to do.
Liked to do, yeah.
And I was just ready for a switch up.
Right.
Like really ready.
I would 100% agree.
And it just feels good. It feels like really fun to explore again and have like, it's so fun
New
to go find my new favorite
places,
coffee shop or my new favorite whatever it is. I mean, it's just like the best. So I've been really enjoying it so far. And I feel like I'm finally getting established. I mean, what do you think? Apartment tour?
I love the apartment. I was saying like it's I'm also like so weird and I look at like things that like normal 23-year-olds probably wouldn't look at. I'm literally over here looking at like your like the
crown molding.
The crown molding in the wood and I'm like, this is gorgeous. It's like the most beautiful hand-carved wooden pillar I've ever seen in my entire life.
That was literally what made me pick this place.
I was like,
not me fishing for compliments about my apartment.
The crown molding in the room over there is beautiful. Like,
yeah.
And your kitchen, the bathroom, you guys.
Jake's gonna move into the bathroom, literally.
I'm literally going to move into the bathroom. Like,
it is a really nice bathroom.
It's stunning. But the place is awesome. You guys have already made it look so. I feel like that is one of the things that I noticed was like, this was like my first like kind of real adult move. And so I've been taking time to like actually settle in, like, it wasn't perfect. It's still not even perfect. Like it's still kind of a work in progress. It really takes time, and I don't mind it because it kind of also gives you like a little something fun to do.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, I want to pick out some new art or like
for sure
fun things like when you're in the mood for something to buy. Like there's always something to be bought. So
well, and I feel like it's one of those things where when I first moved, I felt like I needed to get it all done.
Yeah.
Which, like, to a certain extent, you need your house to be functional. We're kind of still working on that piece.
Shout out to Sarah. I'm not even gonna lie. There were so many times when I moved in. She has this one line that she kept saying. She was like, "You just like when you move, like you just always forget like the things, like the little things, like a sponge." And literally, I was like, "Dude, noted. I'd be knowing that like." I need to just make sure I have sponges.
Get that sponge.
I did not have a singular sponge in my apartment for 2 weeks. And every time I needed a sponge, I thought about Sarah. I was like, dude, Sarah, I need a sponge. Like, I need to just buy sponges. Like, even if I would have Amazon sponges to my apartment, it would have been there in a day. Maybe the same day. That's crazy. In Chicago, did you know? You get things the same day on Amazon? That's crazy to me.
That actually makes me feel rich.
Where does it come from?
It makes me feel rich.
It literally, the way that same day Amazon ordering has given me a superiority complex more than anything else in my life ever has. I'm like, I can order this thing online and it's
literally come.
Literally there in 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's great. These broke bitches could never.
That's what I'm saying.
Like literally.
It's like snap my fingers.
Yeah. It's actually crazy. And that is another thing about like living here that I have just been like, I feel like I sound like I was literally like raised like a Kimmy Schmidt situation, like in a bunker underground. Like I've been around, places like I be knowing these things happen, but it's just so weird. Like once you do finally live in a spot that like has anything at your fingertips, because it's just like, wow, like,
yeah,
this really is so convenient. Yeah, in order to get over here, it takes me an hour on the train. You know what I mean? Like, that's where like sometimes there's a little bit of a disconnect because I'm like, okay, cool. Like I can literally get a kick-ass shower head in 4 hours.
Yep.
But why does it take me an hour to go 5 miles?
100%.
That's where I'm not understanding like how this works.
Well, and my biggest qualm with Chicago so far is the public transportation.
Yeah.
I just I don't know why. I guess other times I've been in, it's not like I've been to Chicago, but I feel like normally I'm visiting and I know that that's going to be an Uber situation.
Right. You're prepared. Yeah.
But I figured upon moving here, like I was expecting to train everywhere.
Yep.
And the train is it's not like that here. Like it's not that convenient. Everything's into the loop and then you can go wherever it is you need to go. But like that's actually a huge waste of time.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Oh my God. I don't think I told you this, but I had my first, I felt like such a like, now I can actually call myself like a Chicagoan because I was on the phone with my mom on Friday trying to take the train up to get my hair cut and meet a friend who was then coming back to my apartment. And I'm like on the phone with my mom, and I'm like walking down into the station, and I see like after I get through where I tap my phone that the train is due. And I was like, perfect. That means I have at least a couple minutes to get down there. I'll walk down. It'll be there. This will be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I am walking down the stairs, and I get past, like, I'm behind this like slower woman. And I'm like on the phone. I'm like right on this lady's ass, and I'm trying to be like, okay, let's go. And as I'm halfway down the stairs, I can see the train is sitting like at, its doors are open, and it's going like ding ding. I'm like, oh shit, like the doors are gonna close. I literally almost like pushed the lady down the stairs. I literally missed the train by like 2 seconds. I did the full like get to the bottom of the stairs, like frantically be like, like try and stick your arm in the door. The door's closed. The train was gone. I was so mad. I was on the phone with my mom, and I was like, fuck, like I just missed the train. Like, I was like, this is like, I just had the moment. Experience. Like, I just had like the whole like throwing the hands up, like
100%.
Watching it pull away.
There's nothing worse.
There's nothing worse. Because then I was like, it sets me back like 7 minutes. Like, the next train was coming for 7 minutes, which is whatever. 7 minutes is not that long. 7 minutes in train time is an hour.
It really is.
Like, standing down there sweating. I'm like, also just like, I could have been like totally where I was going by the time the next train even came. Like,
well, and for me, if I have that moment where I'm deciding if I'm going to commit and do the little scurry and make a whole scene, and if I do commit to that and then I don't make it on the train, my pride is
worse.
really injured. Yeah, because that's fucking embarrassing if I'm being honest. Yeah. No, I actually hate that, and most of the time when I'm in that decision-making process, I'm like, I'm just going to miss it.
Yeah.
If I'm like, that's not for me.
I would agree. Or like if it's, I should have, when I saw that the train was due and I was just walking in, I should have like been like, okay, like you're on the phone, like you do a little leisure walk. But there's also that part of you that's like, it becomes a game. It's like, well, I can make it.
Yeah.
I'm fast. It's kind of like when you like tell, like when you're like, you want a little kid to go get something, you're like, I'll time you. I'll make it a race. In my mind, I see the train is due. I'm like, make it a race.
They're like, doors are closing.
Yeah. I'm like, can I make it down there? You slow. Like, I'm like so negative self-talk. I'm like, you slow, stupid. Can you make it in 2 minutes?
Fucking bullying yourself to get on the train.
Yeah.
And I also feel like for me, what happens sometimes too is then like the train cars are pretty full.
So full.
And then you're like deciding, okay, do I just fucking cram into this one or am I going to the next one and hoping that that one has more space?
There has been like, I have these moments. I've been having these moments recently where like as I'm doing things, also we can bring up the girl socks now. It might be a good time. Apologies to everyone on the video that your first video is having to look at my girl socks.
Jake's my guinea pig for the video vibe.
But the women's socks from Target are so much better than the men's.
I would agree.
Because girls do around the world. So, but they look quite strange on my feet. So apologies.
Fashion statement.
Literally. But they're really the best. Like, they're $5. You get like 3 pairs. That's insane.
And they really stay on.
And they stay on.
Yeah.
I love them. They're just not the cutest looking thing.
They're not.
But I can't remember what I was saying.
Yeah, meant to be seen.
I can't close
We're not closing the loop.
We're not closing the loop.
That is okay.
What was I? Literally, what was I saying? I can't remember.
Let me think about it. Let me have a little think on it. Because to me, we were still talking about the train.
Yeah, we were.
And
I could talk about the train for literally hours.
I know. The train is an experience. I had a really crazy train ride.
We're talking about crowded train.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had like more. I know what I was saying. I've been having these thoughts where like as I'm doing all these things, I'm like, I wonder if like Kylie Jenner has ever been in this situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like cramming yourself onto the train to the point where you're practically giving some poor old woman a lap dance. Sweating, trying to make sure your bags aren't falling off your shoulder, trying to make sure you're like not in somebody's way, even though no matter where you are, you are in someone's way.
I'm going to go ahead and say she hasn't.
And she probably hasn't. She probably hasn't had that, like, I was at this bar the other week and the only bathrooms that they had were these lovely porta potties lined up in like literally 90 degrees sweltering heat. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, do you think Kim K has ever been,
does not
like
make me feel rich
in a porta potty on the side of the road, like in straight sunlight? Like, I'm gonna
go ahead and say no. Or it was the nicest porta potty you've literally ever seen.
Or it's like one of the
It's like my bathroom, just like out on the middle of the street.
Literally for real. But like the crowded train thing really is actually kind of crazy because like especially like given the context of just like COVID, like
Yeah.
2
I
years
haven't worn
ago,
my mask on it yet, and I kind of
haven't
feel like I
either.
should.
I feel that same way, but I also am like, okay, like I haven't so far.
Because some people do.
Some people do, and I'm feeling fine. Like I haven't felt like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like nobody around me has had like any kind of crazy coughs
I
or like
know.
anything. Like,
Well, and I feel like, I mean, everyone at the Madison office is really dropping like flies. Like everyone's getting sick. So I feel like it's going to come here.
it's probably.
Plus, it's just a change of seasons.
Yes, that's also true.
I like don't want to get sick.
I don't either. I hate it.
Feel like COVID really spoiled that for me as well, because now I'm just such a fucking baby. If I get the sniffles, I'm like, my life is coming to
over.
an end. So, but yeah, I had a really crazy train ride on the way back from your house, actually.
Oh no.
Well, and I left later than I probably should have.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, what time did I leave? Like 8:30?
I was gonna say it was like 8:30.
And so, red line, sort of a toss-up. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
And I got on the train. Good thing I only was on that red line for 2 stops.
Yeah.
I would say majority of the people on my like little cabin of the train were on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
The man who was right next to me, sort of like a little bit of a bigger man, wearing way too small of a shirt, belly out, really crazy hair.
It might have been me.
One of his, he was wearing these like really beat up sneakers. I mean, obviously, I don't think he was worse for wear.
The way that this is really looking like me, like after the gym on the train, I'm not even kidding you.
Well,
like,
he had like 3 toes poking out of the side of the sneaker. Like it was like,
oh,
yeah.
I hear that's in.
And his toenails were gnarly.
Whoa.
Unlike anything I've ever seen. And so, yeah, he was kind of like hovering over me, and I was like, awesome. I do wish him the best. Like, clearly he needs maybe some assistance, but it's
always a little bit like, yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those things where like,
you're just kind of always like, and this is where I am at this moment. You know what I mean?
And I got on that train car with a couple who I was like, I'm gonna sit by you guys.
Yeah.
I think there was piss in the seat next to me. So I'm like literally perched on the seat as far away from the like yellow
puddle.
water. The fucking puddle. I'm dying. It was a puddle. It was a gross puddle. It was yellow.
That is disgusting.
So I'm like, you know, and then 2 stops later, I got off. Then you go through the weird tunnel to get back onto Blue. That was an experience as well. And then I got on my train, and yes, I took the full hour long. I will say, whenever you're on the train, it never feels.
It really doesn't feel it doesn't
like
feel
long.
that it's that long. And like, I don't know if this is just me being like a little bit of an optimist, bringing some optimistic, what is it? Even the word, I can't speak today. Some optimism to this pessimistic podcast. But sometimes I do feel like it is a little bit quicker than what like a Maps app might say, just because it's like, especially if you can time it right and like hop right onto the train, you know, the stops really don't take that long. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's the waiting, obviously, that takes time.
And the walking.
And then, like the walking, and then like, God forbid, the train's delayed, like if it's busy.
No, if you take the train home tonight, you're getting a workout and you literally have to walk a mile. I'm sorry.
I know.
But it's a really nice walk.
That was my thought on the way here, is I was like, I don't know if I can walk a mile.
I don't blame you.
And you do it every day. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll do it on the way back, just to like kind of like stand with you.
Thank you.
And be like,
solidarity.
Like literally walking a mile in your shoes. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'll do it for you. And I'll think about it the whole time.
That's actually sweet. Yeah. Let me know how
this is what it's like for
live stream
some of us. Yeah, really live stream it.
But yeah, otherwise I'm loving Chicago.
I really am. I know. I feel like I can't even like jokingly bitch about it, because I feel like I'm not like cool enough yet where I can still. But like, I do notice that like I've been getting like, I was here like literally, it was like the 3rd weekend I went to Michigan. I had to like run an errand. Hit up Michigan Avenue. I'm 3 weeks living here. Like, not even all the boxes are unpacked. And I'm catching myself like, these stupid tourists got to move out of my... I'm like, first of all, you still have your Maps app up. And you're walking on Michigan Avenue to like Tiffany, dude. So like, chill out with the ripping on the tourists. Like, you're walking in a straight line. You need your Maps app to tell you when to turn left. So I like need to relax. But I'm getting to the point where like, I'm always on a mission. Like...
Yeah.
I got to get out of my way. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like such a local now, and I really love that. Like, there's nothing better than like walking out of my apartment looking kind of like not the best, because I'm like, I feel like that's what really solidifies like you live here now. Like
I don't
when you're visiting somewhere, you're
constantly
constantly trying to put on the cutest outfit. You know, who's gonna see me? Like I'd be looking like a gremlin half the time, and I'm like, you know what? That's a sign of like I'm comfortable here.
Yes.
I feel at home.
It's true. That is true. I actually felt really accomplished after my journey home from your apartment as well, because that was my first transfer.
Oh.
On a train.
The transfer is I don't like, because it just takes up time. You know what I mean? Like, and then like with the transfer, I'm talking about these trains like we're the only city that uses trains and public transportation. You know, like literally, but like it's annoying. It's like you got to get off the train and then walk to the next one.
Sometimes it's also a ways.
And it's a ways away, and then it also like half the time they don't actually ever line up like they're supposed to, which like duh, like that's how everything in this world works. Like everything's late. You know what I mean?
It's
like
true.
So it's like if you catch it at the wrong time, But again, that's just it's like I can literally get any Amazon product delivered to my house in 3 hours, but like
the train can't show up when I need it to.
Like,
when it promised.
like I can't.
Well, obviously, you know that I had my humbling Chicago experience when I got hit by a car.
Yeah, and I think about it every single time I go across the street. I think about it, and I'm not even kidding. And like I've never been like one of the people too to like, so many people here I notice like try and like walk, like beat the little walking symbol.
A jaywalk moment.
They love a jaywalk moment. If it's like, if the coast is clear, you know, obviously like we all want to save a little time. Cross the street a little earlier than you're supposed to.
Yeah,
I refuse to do it. I know,
me
because
too.
you never know who's going to come from where.
No.
And after hearing about what happened to you, I don't even like, because I know that it would happen to me, and it would probably happen to me like break a leg. Like,
yeah, a little bit worse.
I don't know if it would, you know, not to be like make everything about me, but I think it might just like be. And I honestly think that if I got hit by a car like today, mentally, I think a lot of stuff that's been pent up for the past like month or so would. I think
Well, I think that's what happened to me.
I think I might lose it on the car.
Sobbed, yeah.
Like I think I would maybe like do some damage to the car. Well, it's really funny
because I barely got hit, obviously. Like truly, if you're gonna get hit
by
a car,
like if you're gonna get hit by a car, like if a vehicle is going to touch you,
unexpectedly,
and it's not planned, I don't care how hard it is. Like that's.
Well, I like blacked out.
Scary.
I like literally blacked out, and I couldn't muster up anything cool to say, or do any of the normal things you're supposed to do, like stay and maybe exchange info.
Yeah.
I was like, peace, gotta go, because I'm fucking embarrassed. It's really embarrassing. That's something nobody tells you. Getting hit by a car is fucking embarrassing. Nobody's talking about that.
Well, I feel like I'm sitting over here talking all this big game, but like I'd like, you know, smash the car. No, I probably would break down into tears like immediately.
Yeah.
And I don't know what
I think that's why I texted you. Well, it's so funny because I obviously jinxed myself. I was literally with you at lunch. We're going to Sweet Green. Yeah. As new Chicago locals do.
Literally.
On their little lunch break.
Which that's another topic is I've been making a bad habit out of Sweet Green.
I know.
And I'm really not trying to say that to sound like a cool little influencer girl.
No,
you know what I mean? Like all these kids run around being like Sweet Green, Sweet. No. One, it's close to the office.
It's really
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of convenient. 3, like I'll give it to them.
Feels
it's
like
kind of good.
I'm getting my vegetables.
It feels like I'm getting my vegetables. I feel like a little city girl, but I can't. It's a $13 salad, and that's like a little bit fucked up.
It is really fucked up, yeah. And we are happily paying for it.
Yeah, we're happily paying for it.
So.
But we did. We literally were on our way to Sweet Green, and you were like, oh my God.
Well,
these people out here getting hit by cars.
Yeah. So our coworker, my manager, Ellen, said that she has 2 friends that got hit by a car. So I'm passing this lovely little information along to Jake. And then, not kidding, that
same day,
I walked out of the office with you, and not 2 moments later, I got hit by a fucking car. Like, who?
I want to say this, and I don't want this to sound. I want this. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I wish I would have seen it.
Yeah.
But like, not in a way like just. Well, I just wish I could have been a witness in this for you, and also like obviously been there to make sure like, oh my God, like, are you okay? Like, yeah. But I just like, I didn't realize like, because like obviously like once I had seen you like literally I think the next day. I don't remember if it was a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
Yeah.
But I believe I had seen you the next day, and you explained to me like where it was, like that it happened close to the office.
Literally outside of the first possible street.
And I kind of wish I would have seen it.
Yeah.
Just to be like, also like I probably would have screamed at the man.
Yeah.
I probably would have used some not nice words.
Yeah.
Just because I think adrenaline would have taken over.
Mm-hmm.
But I just like, that sounded bad. I don't know if I would have wanted to see it.
I wish you would have seen it as well.
I wish you would have had eyes on the situation.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like a part of the reason I wanted to text you was obviously because of our conversation at lunch, but because I thought maybe you had. If I'm being fully honest.
Oh, that I had seen it.
Like I was like, maybe I should just.
Oh, and then I didn't text you and be like, oh my God, I saw you got hit by a car. Are you okay? I just let it slide. Said 9 to 5. She got hit by a car. See you tomorrow. No, I'm kidding. I obviously would have said something, but no, I didn't.
Yeah.
And I'm shocked I didn't see it.
But you crossed the street earlier than I do.
And I literally scurry down right into the train like a little street rat that I am.
So, and it was like literally all good. But yeah, it's so funny because I obviously fully got hit by this car, texted you about it. Like, haha, got hit by a car, LOL. Without telling you I was okay. So you called me immediately, which like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
I was like, oh my God. Well, I walked into my apartment. I'll give you my perspective. Walked in my apartment, literally had also walked through a little bit of a tussle coming out of the train. So I was like a little bit thrown off. I literally, I'm not even kidding you. I like unlocked my door, shut the door, walked 2 feet into my apartment, and I get this text like, OMG, like LOL, jinxed it, got hit by a car, out loud, verbally to myself, like in my empty apartment. I go, I was like, oh my God, just to myself. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no way. I immediately called you. I was like, are you okay? Like, you know, that's crazy.
It fucking is.
Like,
it is crazy. And then I feel like I was playing it really cool with you on the train.
Yeah, you sounded really great for someone who just gotten hit by a car.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm fine on the train.
Yeah.
Headed home.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
XOXO.
XOXO.
Yeah, it didn't feel like that on the inside, but I think I was trying to convince myself. And then I was fine the whole train ride. But then it was when I got off, I was like, okay, I need to tell somebody else. Gotta do something. Call my dad. Telling all the men in my life. I got hit by a car. But yeah. So I think that was like my humbling. Like now I'm like, okay, I'm a city girl.
That absolutely, like if there was like a punch card.
Yeah.
That would be one of the options.
Yes.
Or like a checklist.
Yep.
Getting hit by a car. Check.
100%. I feel like that's actually fun. What else would be on there? Like seeing a rat.
Yeah.
I've seen some.
Missing the train at the last second.
Yeah.
Check.
For real.
What are some other embarrassing things that have happened to me so far since being here? The amount of times that I like hold the door for people, but then get laughed at for holding the door for people. I'll let the door slam in your face next time.
That's
actually.
what I'm saying.
This happened to me at the office the other day. I don't know if I told you this. Maybe I did.
I think you did.
I was walking in. We have a Starbucks attached to our building, which is very dangerous.
Blessing and a curse.
And I'm like walking out towards this. You have to like walk out of this one door and then like into the Starbucks door. And I'm walking out of the door like that's attached like into the lobby. And there's people behind me. So it's like, oh, hold the door. This one guy like chuckled that I held the door.
Something funny?
Like, I'll let this big ass glass door slam in your face, Chad. Laugh at me one more time.
Literally.
But then I'm like, the worst part about that is that like if I hold the door, I feel like a weenie. Yeah. If I don't hold the door, I have the most guilt. I'm like, I know, I feel like I'm a fucking asshole. Terrible person. Yes. But then it's like, I'm going to hold the door and you're going to laugh at me? Mm-mm.
Well, and something that's so interesting to me is like, this is still the Midwest.
Right. Like people here are like genuinely like friendly people.
Don't
like,
you guys have the Midwest nice thing like the rest of us?
Right. Like how, I don't know if I like missed the memo here, but like.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't laugh at me for holding the door.
It is a simple thank you.
Like.
That's all I'm asking for.
Literally. So I'm trying, like, that's, I think, the one thing that I'm still trying to adjust to is, like, really picking up on, like, the, like, key city, like, do's and don'ts. Yes. I have to cough.
Illegal.
I know. I've been really trying to think about, like, not, like, clearing my throat. I'm like, oh, no, I hope I haven't, like, done anything because that's not fun for anyone to listen to. I also hope I'm talking loud enough. I hope that when James is editing this, he's not, like, fuck this kid. Like, he didn't talk loud enough.
No, he's good about that. He talks really quietly, so I feel like he knows.
Okay, yeah.
But I also obviously literally laugh.
I'm trying to project.
At, like, a volume that is kind of insane. So The best of both worlds, really.
Yeah, I love it. But no, Chicago's been treating me well. It's funny though, because like I do think a lot of the time about like all of like we were talking about earlier, like all of the things to explore.
Yeah.
Like, how do you think you're gonna like, you know, decide like what, you know, like especially right now around this time of year, like we're starting to approach fall.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many little things around here that revolve around the holidays.
I know.
I'm not even gonna lie, this big pumpkin patch pop-up thing that's totally like tourist chuggy central, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna love every single second of it. Jack's pumpkin
fucking
patch
love
or
shit
whatever,
like
like
that. Yeah.
I want to go so bad. I want to do all the little Christmas things. I want to see take me to every single Kris Kringle market. I want all of it.
Yeah.
I want all the
Load it
spiked
up.
apple cider. Give me like egg. I want it all.
Yeah. No, me too. And I feel a little bit overwhelmed about it all because in Madison, if there was an event going on, every single person in the city knew that it was that event that everyone was going to.
Totally.
And I feel like here, there could be like
There's
500 of those.
Yeah, in the same block.
How the fuck am I supposed to know about all of
which
them?
one are you going to?
And which one is the best?
Yeah.
Because I want to go to the best one.
They're all also like expensive. Duh.
They are
But like,
expensive.
I'll do it.
Worth every penny.
Worth every penny.
Well, I love an event.
I do too.
A fucking little market situation, a
It's
concert,
cute.
live music, something
It's
artsy. I'm going. I want to be invited.
Especially now too, like after not being able to do any of that stuff for so long, like people do put so much work and effort into those.
Oh my God,
And
yeah.
it's so like
and and we're eating it up.
yeah.
The people need it.
The people need it. Mm-hmm. The people really do need it.
But then I also feel like now I don't know, because here's the thing: if there is one thing Facebook was good for, it was Facebook events. In Madison. I feel like that's how I knew about every little market, every little event, every bar was throwing whatever it was.
Yep.
And how do I curate that for myself here? I
Yeah.
have no idea.
Well, there's so many. Like, I followed a couple Instagram pages.
Yeah. I've done that actually as well.
Super awesome. But also, like, same thing. It's like, what do I go to? What's the best one? Like, there's 5 of the same things
Always.
happening.
Yeah.
Like, what do I pick? Like, also, like, I don't want to be that loser, but it's like, what are the things that are like really like chuggy and touristy? You know what I mean? Like, but also like, who cares? Like, I love that shit. I'd be running around with some people that I'm just like, it's like, oh, why would you go to that? It's because it's fun.
Yeah.
It's because I'm a fun person and I want to have fun. Like, I don't care that this might be like a touristy thing. Like, it looks fun and I'm going to go.
Exactly.
Like, I'm sorry. That's just
absolutely
how
no
it's
shame
going
in
to
that
go.
game. Yeah.
So,
No, let's not act like we're better than literally the most fun event
right.
coming up this weekend. Yeah. No, and James and I were actually talking about this yesterday a little bit because we found some like random little fun restaurant / bar situation to go to. And we had reservation at another place, but I was like, let's get off the wait list because I'd rather stay here.
Right.
And then we just got on the topic of kind of this where like, you know, James was trying to maybe lay down some ground rules and he was like, I feel like we shouldn't allow ourselves to go to the same place twice for like a while. And I was like, okay, I understand where you're going with that, but at the same time, like if I love it and I want it and it's the vibe that I'm going for, I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna go.
I would agree.
So, but it is hard because like truly, I don't know how to tackle
all
this
of it.
city.
No, I would agree. And there's so many different like neighborhoods and like there's just
I know. Well, and I also that's the other hard part too. I feel like I keep comparing obviously to Madison because that's what I'm used to, but in Madison, I feel like there's one downtown.
Yep.
There's a couple little offshoot spots that you know are fun, but same thing. It's like what is going to be the top hits on Google is also what's actually the funnest.
Yeah.
Whereas here, I feel like what's the top hit on Google is probably just what's getting paid the most.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to find there's so many restaurants. It's not like they can all be on Google's first page.
Right. That is the one crazy thing. Like, I think about that all the time, especially like when I'm walking around in an area with like a lot of restaurants, is like how many restaurants there actually are in the city.
Like,
is insane.
So insanely many. It's not even funny. It's like really overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's awesome though.
Super awesome.
Have you been go ahead. Oh my God.
Jake, what were you going to say?
What have you been enjoying exploring around your little neighborhood?
I have. I think my favorite part so far about my neighborhood is I live in the South Loop. Is just like I really love the location. Like I haven't noticed a ton of like that's a lie. There's restaurants because there's this one really super cute one that's literally a 2-second walk from my apartment.
That's nice.
It's called the Chicago Firehouse. And thankfully there's lots of apartments around there so that when I become rich and famous, you guys can't find out where I live. But
I get that, yeah.
but it looks really cute. It's like in an old firehouse. It's giving very steakhouse vibes.
Yes.
It looks awesome though. Like dark vibe. I was walking past it the other night and I noticed that they have like a rooftop situation.
Nice.
Which is just, it's like, it's like on the back of the restaurant, but like it's really cute looking.
Yeah.
So I really want to try that. There's a really good brunch spot that I just tried the other day with my roommate and a couple of her friends that I had no idea was quite literally across the street from us. So that's going to be dangerous because I love nothing more than brunch food at any time of the day.
Same.
Like I could eat breakfast for every single meal.
Brunch too, something about it, it's luxurious.
It's like the peak of luxury.
Yeah.
Like a brunch. Like,
I just feel like there's nothing that I can do that feels more like spoiling myself than going to brunch.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. It's like my favorite. It's my favorite meal ever. Is specifically brunch.
Yeah. It's just like really special.
It's so special. And like recently I've been on like a huge Eggs Benedict kick.
I fucking love an Eggs Benny.
And I love going to all the different brunch places, like trying, you know what I mean? Like who's got a different iteration? Like
something really messed up that I did was when I was on a recent trip to Vancouver and Seattle. That trip was only a week long, and over the course of that time, I had 4 Eggs Benedicts. It's disgusting, honestly.
Honestly?
But they were all really good.
It kind of slays.
Yeah, and I was like looking at the menu, and I was like, okay,
I don't want anything else.
Messed up that I get another Eggs Benedict?
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm gonna do it? Yes.
Yeah. No, follow your heart.
Thank you for saying
Follow
that.
your heart. Follow your arrow. Follow your heart.
But I'm glad you've been loving your neighborhood.
I have been. I am not even gonna lie to you. Like, I think one of the most relaxing things that I have ever done in my life is my walks.
Yeah.
My little
I like I'm obsessed with that for you. Your hot
walks.
girl walk.
I swear to God, like, I don't want to be that annoying person that's like, oh my God, like, I don't know why, but like all of a sudden walking is now trendy. Like, as if we don't do it every day as part of our lives to live. But now, of course, we've had to make walking a trend.
Yep.
That just shocks me. But
that is
I've
actually
hopped on
so
it.
fucking true.
It's so true. But like also like, fuck that. Like I've been taking hot girl walks since before the hot girl took the walk.
Yeah.
Like I invented the hot girl walk.
That's fair.
My like little chubby 8th grade ass was taking hot girl walks. Like, you know what I mean? Like I love that. Like I love it. I've been taking them for so long. But I live like right by Grant Park, like right by the whole museum campus. So like it really is just the most beautiful walk like ever. Like walking out towards the planetarium, out past like Soldier Field and everything, and like looking back and seeing like the city and then the water, like it's just the most gorgeous thing ever.
Yeah.
And it really is like so relaxing.
Well,
so
that's nice. I also feel like that's a really good way to just get familiar with your neighborhood.
Totally. I love it. And like there's this really cute little park that I didn't know was even by me that now I've like totally figured out.
Yeah.
Walking on my little hot girl walks. And it's just like it's just giving neighborhood, it's giving community.
Yeah.
It's like
that's
also been I think like one of my favorite parts about living in like an apartment complex that is like actual people is like the community. Like I hate to be that, like I love like a little like waving in the elevator, like have a good one, like let me pet your dog.
Of
like,
course you do.
I live for that. And
Yeah.
it's bothering me a lot right now, which maybe actually you have some suggestions. It's bothering me a lot right now because I have not yet met like my 2 like direct next door neighbors.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to, but I don't want to be like weird and like bake cookies because like the woman that lives next to me is very much like a middle-aged woman who like I think, you know, she's just minding her own business.
Sure.
She occasionally has like either it's like a nephew or it may be grandkid. I don't think it's her son. Like I haven't really put the pieces together.
Yeah.
I also like he's not there all the time, so I think it's like either a nephew or a grandkid situation. And the 2 people that live across from us are like giving like a younger couple and kind of giving like Jersey Shore.
Okay, for sure. 100%.
But like I want to get to know them and I want to be like, hey neighbor, but like I don't want to be weird, especially in like today's day and age where like everything is a sex trafficking scam.
Oh my
so
God,
it's
I
like
know.
I just don't want to like
fair.
knock on your door and leave cookies and now all of a sudden there's like a post in the community Facebook page that some creepy man gave me cookies. Like I just want to get to know you. But it happened I was like I hung some curtains. I need to hang some curtains. and I didn't have a ladder. And our building has like a Facebook page. And so like
I actually love that.
I love it so much. But here's the thing about a Facebook page is like I just want to chat. Like I just want to get on and I just want to be like, how's everyone's day going? Like, does anybody want to come over for coffee? You know what I mean? Like I just want to like get to know the neighbors. And
is that really so much to ask?
Is it really so much like, and I just remember like growing up, like my grandparents for a while, we all lived in Denver, in the Denver area. They lived in an apartment complex, and I distinctly remember like that they knew, like they had like their little apartment community friends. Granted, this was 2005, 2006, 2007 when like nobody was on the internet, like nobody had phones, Facebook wasn't a thing, like people actually talked to each other. But like
a piece of history,
literally, like actually, but like I remember we would like hang out with like my grandparents' friends that were like, they had this one like older woman who I believe she's probably dead now, so I can say her name. I think her name was Dottie. So cute. Then there was like this younger guy I remember that like for whatever reason I remember that he worked for like Frito-Lay, like he worked like for the chip company.
Of course.
But he was like probably like the weirdest part is he was probably like my age that I am now, maybe slightly older than me. But like back then he was like this super cool guy that I like remember being like, I can't even remember what his name is, but he just like knew my grandparents. Like I want that. Like this little boy that comes next door to me, I want him to look at me that way. Yeah. Like that's my grandma's cool friend. You know what I mean? Yeah. But anyways, I like put this little, I like needed a ladder. Like my ceilings are really tall and I could not get up to the top to hang these curtains. I don't have a ladder. I like obviously don't have any of that. So I like put in the community Facebook page, I was like, anybody have a ladder? Like I might be able to borrow. Somebody's back in like 5 minutes. Like I have one for you. Like I live on the 4th floor. Like I'll put it outside my door. That's so nice, almost cried. All she did was give me, and here's the part. I didn't even meet her. Yeah. I literally did not even shake this woman's hand. I was so ready. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I was ready to put together like a gift basket. Yeah. I was ready to come down with a bottle of wine. I was like, but that's the thing about me is like, I always feel like I need to have like, I love 100%. And I also just love like a little like, you know, little special touch. So I'm just like, how cute would it be? Like she gives me her ladder. I give her a bottle of wine. Yeah, if I'm going to be honest, just looking at her Facebook profile, I don't really know if she'd be the wine type. Sure. I think she might think that might have been a little strange. But I just was like, I feel like I need to do something. I didn't even meet her. But it was just nice. Like, she left her ladder. It was very communal. It was like,
that does like restore my faith in humanity.
Every time it happens, it absolutely does. Because I'm just like, that is how it should be. Yes. Like, working together to help each other out. Yes. Like... I love it.
No, I feel the same. And I actually was nervous about that moving into a place like this because I've just always been in like an actual apartment complex where I'm off the first floor and I have a bunch of neighbors on either side. And obviously I'm in a walk up. So, I mean, we have like two people in this unit.
The people downstairs?
So no.
Oh.
And I like
briefly.
This
might be, he looks like he might be walking into the unit downstairs and he's kind of cute. So you might want to watch out. Yeah.
Wait, someone is coming in here right now?
Well, it looks like they're walking up this way.
Okay. Well, and
hey, neighbor.
I know it's two women, so she could be having a visitor, but and we have like a group chat. Same with like it's us and our landlord. Yeah. Well, and so I put in it like, can't wait to meet everybody or whatever.
What kinds of things do you talk about in the group chat?
Nothing. It's literally silent.
What's it designed for? Just community?
I think that, like, honestly, our landlord was just kind of like, I think you should all have each other's numbers, which makes sense. Yeah. So, yeah, as soon as she texted us that, I was like, thank you so much. Like, I can't wait to meet everybody, blah, blah, blah.
Cute.
Radio silence for, like, so weird. A really long time. Somebody thumbs up my post, and then somebody else was like, yeah, but it's XYZ, like gave her name. So I don't know. And as two single women, maybe that's also just like you're trying to mind your business, whatever. Right. But one, I'm nice and friendly.
Yeah. They would love it up here.
It's just girls here.
They would love it up here.
Yeah, right? And then embarrassingly...
If James made them eggs like he made us eggs, they'd love it up here.
Yeah, that is true.
I got chefed. Up. Yeah. Like I came over and they said, I got coffee and egg. Like, yes. I feel like I'm in a vacation in like the south of France. I'm not kidding.
That's what we want it to feel like here. James also, that's it. That is his special dish.
And what was that cheese?
Arish.
It was delicious.
It's like, it is cheese, I think. It's like Dominican.
It was incredibly delicious.
It's moldy yogurt that somehow becomes the best thing you've ever tasted.
Yeah. I kind of forgot about that part of it.
So just don't think too hard about it. Yeah. And then you love it.
Yeah, it was really good.
It is really good.
It was very delicious. But they would love it up here, these girls. They're missing out.
I think so too. And we like ran into one like in and out passing and quickly said hi.
That's nice.
And then another person was coming up. I think we were in the midst of like a Facebook Marketplace exchange, and someone was taking something out of our apartment, and I was holding the gate open, and someone comes walking in. So of course I'm like, "Oh, hi."
Oh, hi.
And she was like, "Hi." And she was like, I'm visiting a friend. So it was not my neighbor.
Not even a neighbor.
And so I was like, fuck me, of course. To assume is to make an ass out of you and me. And I know that. So I don't know. So whatever. I would love to meet them, but it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
We did get, it was actually really funny because I wasn't privy to like the first part of the conversation, but James must have been doing something in the backyard. He actually might have been going for one of his bike rides. He's been doing that.
He said that.
Yeah.
He let us record. He made the Target run and he said, I might come back and go on a bike ride.
Yeah.
I said, I want to join.
Yeah, he's been doing that.
Lovely.
And at some point I have to show you the 606 trail. It's like
I would love to see that. I would love before it gets like super super cold.
Yeah, it's
I would
really
love
pretty.
to see that. Is it like is it like a walking thing or is it
people
preferably
walk on it? It's a lot of
like
runners.
a wheels
some
situation?
Bikes. Yeah, it's everything.
Okay.
Some people blade. I got rollerblades.
Yeah,
well, I got
see.
skates.
You have to show me your skates.
Yeah,
I
I actually haven't
them.
unboxed them yet, so I could do that for you. You could be a part of the experience.
Yeah. I would love nothing more than that.
But yeah, he might have been going for one of his bike rides or something along those lines. And then our neighbor next door was like smoking meats or something. And they must have had like a little conversation. And then we went out. I think we were running an errand. And James is like, how's it coming? Like, you know, in reference to the meat.
How's your meat?
Yeah. Exactly. And so... Which I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And the guy kind of didn't answer. So
like, why are you
I think
asking
everyone
the
was
neighbor?
confused, but I think maybe James just didn't pull it off. No offense, James. But apparently that guy he was suggested that we like, oh, we'll have to have you over for dinner sometime or whatever. And I was like, that is so sweet.
Adorable.
That's like really nice.
Well, that's the thing is like, I don't know. I've been taking your advice a lot recently. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, which we haven't even discussed that like personally.
Yeah, we haven't.
We can
That'll
touch,
be a post-pod, maybe.
Yeah, we can touch on that one maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm like, is it weird if I like knock on these people's doors and just be like, hi, I'm just like your neighbor? Also, I feel like I feel like
it's not, but I feel like it's easy to convince yourself that it is.
Yeah, well, I also like we're definitely like I've put a big target on our door now because we got a Ring doorbell camera, and here's the thing: the reason that we got the Ring doorbell camera is really not for what one might think. The reason that we got the Ring doorbell camera is that because I'm so rich and luxurious, my apartment's so big. That's total bullshit lie, by the way. If you can hear the sarcasm, our apartment is very like spread out. It's very like long but not long, like I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like a lot of little broken up spaces.
I feel like it's like a Z.
Yes, it does kind of look, yeah, it makes like
it zigzags.
It's zigzags. And so like where the front door is so far away from where the kitchen is.
It like really is far.
And it really is kind of a far distance. But so like when I'm sitting back in the main area of the apartment, if I'm working, cooking, whatever, I like really can't hear like if somebody were to knock on the door.
Okay, I see.
So I was like, I literally almost wanted to order, like, did you ever have like as a child? My cousins both had them and I was so fucking jealous. Those little doorbells on your room, like door to your room. Do you ever know the kid that had that?
No.
Like those little doorbells that was like, the button was outside of, like on the frame or like on like attached to the wall, and like it connected to a cord, like that had like the ringer on the other side that was like in the bedroom, and like they were they were like themed, like you could buy like princess one or like a sports one or whatever, and it literally just made like a ding dong sound, but it was like the coolest thing. I almost wanted to buy one of those, but I was like, I know my parents have an extra ring, like if I get them to bring me that, it'll like if somebody's rings it'll alert our phones that somebody's at the door, so that they're not having to sit there and knock like an idiot for literally 10 minutes until somebody hears them. Yeah, or call whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, it's gotten used. Like anytime if any of our friends have come over and like they've not had to buzz in, all of a sudden they'll end up at the door and I'll get like a there's someone at your door. I'm like, that actually is so
it's worth it.
Nice. But I also feel like nobody else in our entire apartment that I've seen has really like decorated their door, like what are we, freshmen, but like nobody really has like rugs outside of their doors. Nobody's really giving like much personality to their space.
Yeah.
So part of me was concerned that we live in a building that are like individually owned condos.
Yes.
And we have a condo association because I'm so rich and I live in such a luxury building. I keep making that joke. And I don't know if it's actually hitting because it's all very much sarcasm. But our apartment is individually owned like condos. And so we have like a condo association.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe there's a reason that nobody has anything outside the door. Like, is this allowed? You know, like, are we going to get flagged? Like, am I going to get like a nasty email from the condo association being like, you have, 72 hours to remove your security door, you know what I mean? Like your whatever and your mat, like your front door mat before we like literally kick you out.
That's actually funny. That is funny.
But so now I'm like, am I like the weird neighbor that like has the Ring doorbell when like I want to be able to tell them like, I'm not trying to creep on, like I don't think you're stealing my packages. Like I genuinely just can't hear when like my girls are coming over.
Put a disclaimer next to
literally. And then I'll occasionally get like, I'm not going to lie, I'll occasionally get like there's motion at your front door notification. If you know, you know. And I'll like tap on every once in a while and I can totally see like as the neighbors like trying to get in their door, like they're looking over the camera and I'm like, hey. Like I swear I'm not trying to creep on you. I swear I trust all of you with my life, but like I just can't hear when my girls are trying to come over. Like
no, that's fair.
My apartment's so big, it's so hard.
Literally massive. Yeah. Wealthy people problems.
Fuck. Yeah, no, it's so that's the drama with the Ring doorbell. But so now I'm like, is it weird if I like knock on the neighbors' doors? Because now it's like, oh, like you're the idiot with the Ring doorbell, like who doesn't trust any of us. Like, but we have a really cute little rug outside now, so I think that balances out. Yeah.
Yeah. At our last apartment, you've been to that building. Our
been
whole
to that building
floor
many times.
Had rugs, like everyone had a welcome mat except us.
Yep.
I like literally, I think almost every single other apartment. And
do you have hardwood? Did you have any carpet in your?
We had rugs.
Well, yeah, but was any of it carpeted?
Well, that's not true. The bedroom was technically carpeted. Yeah.
I'm familiar with the building.
Yeah.
So just was curious. What your unit was like.
But James and I had this like hilarious fucking prank that we were gonna do, where we were going to in the middle of the night, in the dark of the night, we were going to move everyone's rugs around, like swap everybody's rugs.
Okay, well now I want to pull my rug in. I don't want anybody fucking with my rug.
We never did it. We never pulled the plug. But that would have just been so silly.
You should have done that like last night there.
I know.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that would have been really like that would have been like leave your mark.
Bye.
Like, see ya.
Yeah.
That would have been actually kind of cute.
Yeah. So yeah, we didn't do it. Also, the people who were moving into our unit lived on our floor. They had the ugliest welcome mat. And I was like, I don't think that you should put that outside of my unit. No offense. So if I could actually get a condo association going there,
yeah,
I would have some things
well,
to say.
now I'm like, I need to look because it's been both things have been up for 2 weeks now. Both the mat and the Ring.
Yeah.
I've gotten no emails, no letters. So I feel
condo
like we're in the clear.
is kind of like a rich idea though as well. Like someone else making those decisions for you.
Yeah, it's like and
what
like,
you are and are not allowed to do.
I felt like a total idiot because clearly I'm 23 and I don't read anything that I'm supposed to when I'm doing like big financial things.
Oh yeah.
And so literally when we were signing on this apartment, I had asked a question that would have very clearly been answered if I would have actually read through the condo association bylaws.
I see. Here's the thing.
And I asked the question to the leasing agent and I was like, whatever the question was, and the response was giving very like per the condos, and I was like, right. So now I haven't even moved in. We already were like,
and we're in a fight.
We're already in a fight. You know what I mean? Like you already think I'm the idiot kid that's like, we already like, if I'm being fully honest, we probably like, we really are pushing it to live in our building. Like,
sure.
We really had to like, we offered a little bit extra money. We gave them we gave them like our transcripts from Madison as if that's supposed to like be like we're trustworthy.
Wait,
we're
that's
good.
Really
so like
crazy.
we literally like we showed them our diploma. Like
that's
so
really
like
crazy.
we really I think we're pushing our limits there. So that's why I was like, great. Like they're already kind of taking a little bit of a chance on the two young kids that want to live in this building, and now he like hasn't even fucking read the condo rules. Like, hello, idiot.
Yeah.
But so now I've read through them all, and I'm pretty
for
familiar. I have them downloaded on my iPad so I can refer to them at any time I might need. And Yeah, I didn't see anything about like anything. I'm just
Yeah.
thinking that maybe nobody in my building has any fun personality.
That could
And
be the case.
that's why they haven't decorated anything.
Which is always sad, yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably what people thought about us on our floor. I just was like, I'm going to save it for the inside because...
Well, that's so true.
Yeah.
Well, and really the only reason, thank God my grandma doesn't listen to podcasts. The only reason I have this rug is because it's this ugly rug that my grandmother gave to me.
Yeah.
This will be the one thing she listens to because I'll repost this on my Instagram. She'll be like, I was bored. I listened to your thing and you think it's ugly? A little bit. But it's the rug that she gave me that's in my bedroom is amazing and I love it. And it's the most gorgeous.
I love that rug.
Like that rug I like.
Yeah.
The other rug was kind of just like I had this too. It's a smaller, like very much an indoor rug.
Yeah.
But because obviously like my front door to the apartment isn't like facing the elements, I'm like, this is gonna, it's like the size of a welcome mat.
Okay.
It's giving like kitchen rug like at the sink.
I see.
But I don't want it in my apartment.
So
I don't want
outside.
so it's gonna be the outside rug.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason that we have. But it's giving very like Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. Like there's really no rhyme or reason. It's just like a bunch of colors threw up on the on the canvas.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I need outdoor rugs actually for here. I really want to dress up our patio and our
rooftop. But see, I have so many ideas for you for that.
Like
you could even get like
you're gonna be my interior designer.
So here's the thing. I
actually.
think there might be a place in life for me for that.
Yeah.
Like I could see myself.
Your house is literally stunning,
Stop.
gorgeously curated.
But I feel the same way about yours. I feel like I go and I see anybody else's style and I want to immediately copy it. I'm like, everything I have is ugly and I hate everything I own. And how do I recreate this exact living room in my apartment? Because here's the one thing I will say that I'm absolutely living for, and I think this is the epitome of rich, is this rug on top of rug action.
Yeah, I did a little layered situation.
A layered rug? Mm-hmm. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I walked in, I saw that, I said,
yeah,
that's cool.
So
like, but I have ideas for your little. I think you could totally go for like, get some like old cheap rugs on Facebook Marketplace. They don't even have to be outdoor.
That's true.
Because just let them get trash up there. Because then low key, like, the more weathered they look, the cooler they look.
That's true.
And it'll get so like, even if it rains up there, if you get like a like that rug that I have in my bedroom.
Yeah.
If you get like a thin rug, even if it gets wet, it'll dry in 2 seconds up there.
Yeah. Well, and I wonder, I don't know the rules. Can you leave stuff up there in winter? Do I have to take my furniture in? Just the cushions?
I feel like just the cushions. I feel like you can leave the furniture because one, it's like, where do you store it?
That's what I'm saying.
Where are you going to put it?
We do have a garage.
Yeah, like I guess like I'm thinking like my parents take like all the furniture off of like their porch, but it's also just like you can leave it. It's like, just take the cushions off.
Well, and it's so funny. I've never had an outdoor space. Literally pretty much at any apartment. I mean, I guess we had, when we lived at Cap Center, those apartments, I don't know what I was doing there personally. I moved James into that place, found it for him kind of. We went on the tour together and I was like, you should move in here. He lived there for a full year. And then I was like, okay, I'm ready to move in with you.
Coming in.
So I don't know what I was thinking really, that I didn't fit and it was gross.
Dude, those apartments of Cap Center, I know exactly what you're talking about. I used to walk past them all the time.
I used to think it was a parking garage, which just gives you context to how garbage it looks on the outside. It looks that way on the inside as well. But we had like a small outdoor space there, hardly used it. So then I was like, I don't need one anymore, which is what we had at our last place. We just didn't have anything.
a balcony?
No.
You didn't?
No.
I figured all those units did.
I don't think any on
your
the
side did?
Side.
Oh.
So, and then when we got this here, again, rich, I have a private roof. Not to brag, but very much.
I don't know what happened, but like we moved to Chicago and we became rich.
Yeah.
Even though my credit card bill is like actually more than I have to my name, but we're giving rich.
Yeah, we are. It is about what you present. It's not necessarily about what's in the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Because I just had to like swallow my pride and pay off a massive amount of debt.
I did the same thing yesterday. Literally just yesterday.
Yeah, it actually hurt physically.
And then I like was like, oh shoot, like yeah. Yeah.
So, but here we are.
Yeah.
So I feel very excited.
Your roof is insane.
It is really fucking cool. Sometimes I just go up there and stand.
And I'm not even kidding. Like I'll help you plan like a little fall part. Like you need to do.
Yeah.
There's definitely still. I feel like so many times like in moving here, I moved in like end of July and people are like, oh, summer's almost gone. I'm like, You guys, it's going to stay warm until literally November.
Literally.
Like I can be outside, you know, in pretty much what I'm in right now until like almost halfway through October. So like, let's relax on like the missing a Chicago stuff. Like,
I know.
I wouldn't go full like, you know, you have enough time up there. Like
I think so
next
too.
season will really be its like big debut.
Right.
But you definitely still have enough time to like have a little fun up there.
A little something.
Yeah.
And I want to make use of it before it does get cold.
Yes.
I will say that is something I like about Chicago. I feel like for a city that has notoriously awful winters, there are a lot of like patios, roofs.
Yes. So many.
Outdoor fun things to do. That's nice.
Well, because I'm also such a proponent of a patio situation in the fall. Because
Same.
there's nothing worse. Like, as much as I love a summer patio, there's nothing worse than like being on a patio somewhere trying to enjoy a meal or have a drink and you're sweating.
Yeah.
The drink is sweating. Your food is melting.
It's
like
disgusting.
everything's disgusting. Give me like a 65 degree, no breeze or like very, very light breeze. Crisp day on a balcony. I'm so here for it. Where I can wear a cute pair of jeans and a, you know, a nice little top, a sweater and like
boots.
And be comfortable and have fun and enjoy my time rather than like dripping in sweat on like the W rooftop.
100%.
Like, no.
Yeah, some of my worst nightmares. Yeah. I agree. So we'll have to put a little something together.
I'm very excited. I think you could do something really fun up there.
Yeah. Yeah. And we
Maybe
didn't really go out on
apples.
your balcony, but your daybed.
Yeah, the daybed slays.
It's like the perfect.
The daybed slays.
So shout out to
custom
your roommate's
built daybed. Yeah, my roommate's dad slayed the house down with that one.
Mm-hmm. It's always good to have a roommate's dad who knows how to do things.
Dude, I know.
Yeah.
And he hung like this sick ass shelf in her closet too. Like essentially, I say sick ass shelf. He hung another shelf in the closet. I'm over here acting like I need it though. I'm like, I need a second shelf. Like, can mine be next?
So that's actually an argument that James and I are getting in literally current as we speak. Because I need another shelf in our closet as well. And he's like, we can't. And I'm like, yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Because you can't tell me no. You just can't. That's not how this works. So, but yeah, otherwise I do feel like we're settling in, which I'm excited about. And I feel lucky to have you here.
Oh,
I really do.
I do too. I feel literally the same way because I think like the move has been really like low stress. Like it's felt very natural.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing, I don't know if we finished this topic from earlier, but like the whole thing has really felt very like.
It just feels good.
It feels right. But having you here too really I'm just like, this is great. It feels so much better.
Well,
it's
I love
so fun.
being besties. I feel
literally
like we've just become, it's awesome.
We've kind of been able to like totally go through the same experience together.
Yeah, which
as
is
we're
also
like talking
really nice.
crazy in the office, but like all these things that all the other girlies just like shut up. Like we be knowing these things, but we do not stop talking about like all of our little experiences. They're probably like, get these two out of here.
Fucking noobs. Yeah. Okay. Rose and a Thorn moving to Chicago.
Ooh. I would say Rose would be just like a new beginning.
Yeah.
You know, like for real, like I feel like I spent so much time like this, like I said, like was my first like legit, you know, real like move into like my first place that like I'm responsible for like, you know, everything that comes along with it. And that really has been like such a rose to like know that like, wow, like this is like really like the start of I'm getting deep. Like this is like the start of like the rest of your life. Like I'm not that sounds so stupid and like Disney princess, but like
no, that is
it really does like knowing that like I have all say over like what happens now and where my life like
that's like exciting.
When you think of it, it really is kind of exciting. Sorry, I should have been a little bit more pessimistic. My thorn.
I do this little thought exercise.
Yeah, my thorn, but no, Rose,
Thorn, and Bud.
Okay, Rose, Thorn, and Bud.
Thorn is like the bad part.
Yeah. Bud is like what's potentially. Yeah. My thorn, I would say, is just like the overall adjustment.
Yeah.
I think we kind of went over a little bit in the public transportation section of this podcast.
Yes, yeah, that
like
was a large
that,
portion. Mm-hmm.
I think at the beginning I was in a real honeymoon phase with it because it was like so fun and exciting, and I was like, oh, the train.
Yeah.
It's only been 2 months, and I'm already like fuck that. Like, I don't want to take the time. I don't really want to interact with all of the humans. I don't want to listen to the train noises. Like, that's been, and like, I was having this conversation the other day, like, everything just takes so much longer. Like,
yes,
even a short errand, you know, it's like, okay, I got to walk to the train station, get on the train, do the whatever. Don't forget your bag. Like, all the things that go on with that. But I think that's like what makes it fun. So that's, you know, I think that's as thorny as it gets. My bud is, you know, I think there's just some different, what am I trying to say? I think some things could be happening in the future that are exciting.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that.
That is like.
That is the most generic statement ever.
It means nothing, but it means everything.
Yeah, I'm feeling like recently I've just tried to live life in a way.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, that this is so cryptic and so weird. I feel like good things are coming.
Yeah.
For the bud.
Yes. And they are.
Yeah.
And you have to have that mindset.
Yeah.
You owe that to yourself.
Yeah.
And they
I would
are.
agree.
Positive outlook. I love that for you.
Thanks. What are yours?
I think for me, my rose has just been I knew a move would mean like new friends and hang out in a new place and getting to meet new people, but I feel like it's really worked out. Like I feel so lucky. I actually have like a large circle here. We have randomly a ton of mutual friends.
Yes.
Like there's just like there's a huge pool of people to pull from.
There really is.
And everyone's been really, really welcoming about it.
Yeah. Which
has been really nice, and it has made the transition a lot easier.
I would 100% agree.
I think thorn for me so far, I guess I don't know, only child syndrome, but like I knew moving away from my parents was going to be like hard. And it wasn't like that hard. I'm literally so close. I have seen my family quite a bit since I've been here, but I think it's just unfortunate timing because my dad went on his little journey.
Right.
And I think, you know, just being away from my mother while she's all on her lonesome has been a little tricky.
Yeah.
But we're making the most of it. I think she's going to come visit here.
Fun.
Which I'm excited about.
That'll be fun.
And I've never really even had an apartment where like a parent could visit and
could
comfortably
come and stay. Yeah. That's cute.
So I am really
That
looking
is really
forward to
fun because that like flips the whole, you know what I mean?
It
like
does.
all
I
the
feel
years
like a
of
fucking
like,
grown-up.
yeah.
Yeah. Which feels really good.
Yeah. Now it's like you can kind of give back.
Yeah. And then for me, my little bud, I mean, looking at some things I'm really looking forward to are just like exploring more. And I do want to be good about it. Me saying I don't want to like do James's little rule of never going to another place twice. But I do really want to like try
new spots.
And pop out all the little neighborhoods, hop around. I definitely need to get better about knowing where the hell I am. So that's something we can work on because I literally never have any fucking idea. But yeah, I'm just like really excited to explore. I think there's like so much to see and do.
There really is.
And it's like the best. That is the best
really
feeling.
Is.
So I'm excited for us.
I am too. I think we've got a good outlook.
Yeah.
And I think it's our time to shine.
It is. And
really
we're starting
is.
our podcast back up.
We are. This feels really good.
Yeah.
Like really, really good.
And it's just like, here we are with these mics.
I need this.
Yeah.
I might have to get the
I'll
link.
send you the link.
Yeah.
I will send you the link. So seriously, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
This has literally been
Yay.
the best little time.
This is so fun.
I'm so excited to see what these videos look like.
Same. I'm like nervous.
Yeah.
But I am excited. I feel like I have to do everything with it. I'm at like, I don't know, uncut version on YouTube. We'll fucking see.
Please.
That could be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to inspire me.
Yeah. We're going to like be, again, if I say it slow, I can get it right. Accountability buddies.
Yeah.
That's what we're about to do.
We are. We absolutely are.
So.
And then eventually we'll have these awesome, amazing shows.
Yeah.
And everyone's going to be jealous of us.
If they're not already.
Yeah.
Because we're literally rich.
They are. Because we're literally so cool and so rich.
Amazing. Well, thank you guys for listening.
Thank you. I'm like
for tuning
looking
in, for
at the
watching,
camera.
whatever the hell it is that you're doing. I love you literally so much. And this was so much fun. and you have to come back on soon. You're gonna be a wreck.
I'm literally, please.
Yeah.
I don't want to I don't want to come for James's spot, but
Yeah.
if you ever need to switch it up,
Yes.
and day catcher's a little too busy,
He is.
please,
Heck yes.
and next time I will take the train.
If you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll navigate that.
Yeah.
But I'm so in.
Thank you guys. And I will be back to chat with you again next week, whether you like it or not. Yay!
Goodbye.
Another cathartic convo in the books. I feel better. How about you? Thank you so much for listening. Now I just want to jump on here and say, don't forget to follow and or subscribe to the pod on your favorite streaming platform for new episodes every single week, because I know you can't get enough of me. Additionally, if you want to gain access to exclusive episodes and behind the scenes bloopers and lots of other goodies, join our Patreon and support the pod with your hard-earned American dollars. You can find the link in our show notes, or you can also visit us at patreon.com/pessimistic@best. And of course, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at pessimistic@best. And if you're as obsessed with me as I am with you, you can find me at Sam Georgeson on all platforms. And last but not least, I'd like to give a special shout out to my podcast editor and producer, the love of my life, James Arbai, whom I literally could not do this without. So thank you, James. I love you so much. And thank you guys for joining me again this week. I love you too. And I cannot wait to chat with you again soon.